The Richest Pattern, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. Wealth isn't random, it repeats. Beneath every empire, every fortune, every lasting legacy, there's a pattern. The Richest Pattern reveals the timeless principles and subconscious blueprints that the ultra-successful follow, often without even realizing it. Are you stuck in cycles that keep you small, or are you ready to decode the pattern that builds unstoppable momentum? Money follows rhythm, success follows structure, and the richest lives are built not by chance, but by design. This book is your lens to see what others miss, the invisible patterns that govern abundance, power, and purpose. Because once you recognize the richest pattern, you can align with it and repeat it. Lesson 1. They wake up with purpose. The wealthy and influential understand a fundamental truth that escapes many. The first hour of your day shapes the remaining 23. This isn't about simply being an early riser. It's about approaching each morning with intentional purpose and unwavering clarity. Consider how most people start their day, reaching for their phone, scrolling through social media, or immediately reacting to emails and messages. In stark contrast, those who have achieved significant wealth treat their mornings as sacred territory. They recognize this time as their opportunity to set the tone, establish priorities, and align their mind and body with their most important objective. The morning rituals of the wealthy consistently demonstrate a pattern of proactive rather than reactive behavior. Take Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, who begins each day with 20 minutes of transcendental meditation to clear his mind and enhance his decision-making capabilities. Or Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, who dedicates her first waking hour to visualization and exercise before her children rise. These aren't arbitrary choices. They're strategic decisions designed to maximize mental clarity and physical energy when both are at their natural peak. This purpose-driven approach to mornings extends beyond personal development activities. The wealthy use this time to review their most critical goals and align their daily actions with their long-term vision. They understand that clarity of purpose in the morning eliminates decision fatigue later in the day. By determining their non-negotiable priorities before the world makes demands on their time, they ensure that what matters most gets done first. A crucial element of their morning success lies in preparation. The wealthy don't leave their mornings to chance. They design them with precision. This often means preparing the night before, laying out clothes, setting up workout equipment, or having their reading materials ready. This removal of friction points makes it easier to execute their morning routine without wasting mental energy on small decisions. The power of purpose-driven mornings becomes particularly evident in how the wealthy handle unexpected challenges. When disruptions occur, their morning routine serves as an anchor, helping them maintain focus and perspective. This stability is particularly valuable during times of market volatility or business uncertainty, where emotional control can make the difference between profit and loss. Many wealthy people also use their mornings for strategic thinking and creative work. The early hours, when the world is still quiet, provide the perfect environment for deep contemplation and problem-solving. Warren Buffett famously spends 80% of his day reading and thinking, and much of this occurs during his morning hours when his mind is freshest. Creating your own purpose-driven morning doesn't require mimicking someone else's routine exactly. The key is to identify activities that align with your goals and values, then execute them consistently. This might mean spending the first hour reading industry news, exercising, meditating, or working on your most important project. The specific activities matter less than the intentionality behind them. The wealthy have discovered that morning routines are not about restriction, they are about freedom. By taking control of their mornings, they create a foundation of purpose that carries them through their most challenging days. This purposeful start becomes a competitive advantage, allowing them to operate at peak performance while others are still finding their footing. Your morning routine is more than a series of habits. It's a declaration of what matters most to you. It's a daily opportunity to reinforce your commitment to your goals and dreams. The wealthy have mastered this understanding, turning their mornings into a launching pad for success rather than a slow drift into the day. Lesson 2. They learn daily and apply instantly. The wealthiest people share a striking commonality. They treat learning not as a periodic event, but as a daily necessity, much like breathing. However, what truly sets them apart isn't just their commitment to learning, but their exceptional ability to transform knowledge into immediate action. This rapid knowledge-to-action cycle creates a compound effect that accelerates their growth exponentially compared to those who simply collect information. Warren Buffett famously spends 5 to 6 hours a day reading, but he doesn't stop at consumption. He actively seeks opportunities to apply what he learns through his investment decisions. This pattern repeats across successful entrepreneurs, executives, and innovators who understand that knowledge without application is merely entertainment. They approach learning with a hunter's mindset, specifically seeking insights they can implement in their next meeting, decision, or business move. The wealthy have developed sophisticated filters for information consumption. They don't read everything, they read what matters. They ask themselves before engaging with any content, how can this improve my decision-making or enhance my wealth-building capacity? This selective approach ensures their learning time yields maximum return. They often focus on timeless principles rather than trending topics, understanding that fundamental truths about wealth creation, human psychology, and business dynamics rarely change. These successful people have mastered what we might call the 24-hour implementation rule. When they encounter a valuable insight, they find a way to apply it within 24 hours. This could mean testing a new productivity technique, adjusting their investment strategy, or modifying their management approach. This immediate application serves two purposes. It cements the learning through practical experience, and it provides quick feedback on the idea's effectiveness in their specific context. The learning methods of the wealthy are notably different from traditional academic approaches. They favor experiential learning, seeking out mentors, joining masterminds, and creating situations where they can learn directly from other successful people. They understand that while books and courses provide foundational knowledge, the richest lessons come from real-world application and the guidance of those who have already achieved what they aspire to accomplish. Their learning extends beyond business and finance. The wealthy recognize that insights from diverse fields, psychology, technology, history, science, can provide unique advantages in wealth creation. They cross-pollinate ideas from different domains, finding novel applications that others miss. This interdisciplinary approach often leads to innovative solutions and unique market opportunities. Perhaps most importantly, the wealthy approach learning with a strong sense of urgency. They understand that in today's rapidly changing world, knowledge has an increasingly short shelf life. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. This awareness drives them to maintain a constant state of learning and adaptation. They don't wait for quarterly reviews or annual planning sessions to implement new insights. They act on valuable information immediately, gaining competitive advantages while others are still contemplating change. The wealthy also create systems to ensure their learning translates into action. They maintain detailed notes, create action items from their reading, and regularly review their insights to ensure implementation. Many use digital tools to capture and organize their learning, making it easily accessible when needed. This systematic approach ensures that no valuable insight gets lost in the daily rush of business activities. Those who achieve significant wealth understand that learning without action is like having a map, but never taking the journey. They've mastered the art of rapid implementation, turning knowledge into results faster than their competitors. This ability to quickly move from insight to action becomes a significant competitive advantage, allowing them to seize opportunities and adapt to changes while others are still in the planning phase. Lesson 3. They make fast, confident decisions. The most striking difference between the wealthy and the average person isn't intelligence or opportunity. It's their ability to make swift, confident decisions. While others remain trapped in analysis paralysis, successful people understand that the speed of decision-making often matters more than perfect accuracy. Warren Buffett once said that he makes big decisions in under 5 minutes because he's already done the groundwork. This reflects a fundamental truth about wealthy decision-makers. They develop robust mental frameworks that allow them to evaluate opportunities quickly. They recognize that most decisions aren't irreversible, and the cost of delay often exceeds the cost of an imperfect choice. The wealthy approach decision-making with a distinctive mindset. Rather than seeking certainty, they focus on probability. They ask themselves, what's the likely outcome, and what's the worst that could happen? This probabilistic thinking allows them to move forward even when complete information isn't available. They understand that while others are still gathering data, the best opportunities often slip away. Risk evaluation sets wealthy decision-makers apart from their peers. Instead of viewing risk as something to avoid, they see it as a variable to manage. They've learned to distinguish between calculated risks and reckless gambles. This nuanced understanding comes from experience and allows them to act decisively when others hesitate. They know that inaction itself is a decision, often the riskiest one of all. The wealthy also maintain emotional distance from their decisions. They've trained themselves to evaluate choices based on merit rather than fear or excitement. This emotional regulation doesn't mean they don't feel anxiety or uncertainty. They simply don't let these emotions paralyze their decision-making process. They've learned to trust their judgment while remaining open to new information. Successful decision-makers develop what many call their gut instinct. But this isn't some mystical force. It's pattern recognition built through years of experience and careful observation. They've learned to identify signals in the noise, picking up on subtle indicators that others might miss. This developed intuition becomes a powerful tool in their decision-making arsenal. Time management plays a crucial role in their decision-making process. The wealthy understand that not all decisions deserve equal attention. They quickly identify which choices warrant deep analysis and which can be made with limited information. This prioritization allows them to conserve mental energy for truly significant decisions while moving swiftly through lesser choices. The wealthy also embrace the power of reversible decisions. They understand that most choices can be modified or undone if necessary. This perspective frees them from the paralysis that affects those who view every decision as final and irreversible. They're willing to course-correct as new information becomes available, making their initial speed of decision-making less risky. Perhaps most importantly, wealthy people learn from their decisions, both good and bad. They conduct postmortems on significant choices, analyzing what worked, what didn't, and why. This continuous learning process refines their decision-making framework, making each subsequent choice more informed than the last. They view mistakes not as failures, but as valuable data points that enhance their future judgment. The wealthy have discovered that decision-making is like a muscle. It strengthens with use. They actively seek opportunities to make choices, understanding that each decision, regardless of outcome, builds their capability for future decisions. This proactive approach to decision-making sets them apart from those who avoid choices out of fear or uncertainty. Lesson 4. They invest before they spend. The fundamental difference between the wealthy and the working class isn't found in their income levels, but rather in what they do with their money the moment it arrives. While most people follow the traditional pattern of spending first and hoping to save what's left, the wealthy reverse this order entirely. They invest first and spend only what they remains. This invest-first mentality represents more than just a financial strategy. It's a complete paradigm shift in how money is viewed and handled. The wealthy understand that every dollar is a potential soldier in their financial army, capable of working around the clock to generate more wealth. They don't see money as a means to immediate gratification, but as tools for creating lasting abundance. The wealthy typically follow what's known as the reverse budget approach. Instead of starting with their expenses and trying to save what's left, they begin by determining their investment allocation. Many successful people automatically direct 30% or more of their income into various investment vehicles before they even consider their monthly expenses. This approach forces them to live within the remaining means while simultaneously building their wealth-generating engine. What's particularly interesting about this pattern is how it transforms financial decision-making. When investment comes first, spending decisions become more measured and intentional. The wealthy don't ask themselves, "Can I afford this?" Instead, they ask, "Is this worth sacrificing my investments for?" This subtle shift in questioning creates a powerful filter that naturally eliminates frivolous expenses while maintaining focus on wealth accumulation. The investment vehicles chosen by the wealthy tend to be diversified, but focused on assets that appreciate or generate passive income. Real estate, business investments, market securities, and intellectual property rights frequently form the cornerstone of their investment strategy. They understand that true wealth isn't built through saving alone, but through owning assets that appreciate in value or generate ongoing returns. Automation plays a crucial role in this habit. The wealthy don't rely on willpower or monthly decisions to maintain their investment discipline. They create systematic approaches that automatically direct their money into predetermined investment channels. This removes emotion from the equation and ensures consistency in their wealth-building efforts, regardless of market conditions or personal circumstances. The delayed gratification inherent in this approach compounds over time, not just financially but psychologically. The wealthy develop an increasingly sophisticated understanding of money's time value and the power of compound interest. This knowledge reinforces their investment-first behavior, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of wealth accumulation. This pattern extends beyond traditional financial investments. The wealthy apply the same principle to personal development, business growth, and relationship building. They invest their time, energy, and resources into activities that have the potential to generate future returns, rather than purely consumptive activities. This holistic approach to investment creates multiple streams of value that contribute to their overall wealth creation. The most profound aspect of this habit is how it reshapes one's relationship with money. Rather than viewing money as a means to acquire things, the wealthy see it as a tool for creating more opportunities and greater impact. This perspective shift is often what separates those who build lasting wealth from those who merely earn high incomes but struggle to accumulate significant net worth. The wealthy also understand that investing before spending requires discipline and often sacrifice in the short term. However, they view these temporary sacrifices as investments in their future freedom and opportunities. This long-term perspective allows them to maintain their investment discipline even when faced with tempting short-term spending opportunities. Lesson 5. They network with intention. The wealthy understand that success rarely occurs in isolation. They recognize networking not as a casual social activity, but as a strategic endeavor that directly impacts their net worth. Unlike the average person who networks randomly at events or online, the affluent approach relationship building with the same precision they apply to their investment strategies. The first distinction in how the wealthy network is their selective approach. They don't aim to collect business cards or LinkedIn connections indiscriminately. Instead, they identify specific people who align with their goals, possess complementary skills, or have achieved what they aspire to accomplish. This targeted approach allows them to build a network that serves as a catalyst for wealth creation, rather than a mere social circle. Wealthy people also understand the principle of value exchange in networking. They enter every interaction thinking about what they can offer rather than what they can gain. This mindset shifts the dynamic from asking for favors to building mutually beneficial relationships. Whether it's sharing industry insights, making introductions, or offering their expertise, they lead with value creation. This approach naturally attracts high-quality connections and creates a network that becomes increasingly valuable over time. The affluent are masters at maintaining their network through systematic follow-up. They use sophisticated CRM systems or simple note-taking methods to track conversations, remember personal details, and identify opportunities to reconnect meaningfully. They understand that a network, like any asset, requires regular maintenance and investment to appreciate in value. Digital networking has transformed how the wealthy build relationships in the modern era. They leverage platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and industry-specific forums not just for presence, but for strategic positioning. They share insights, engage in thoughtful discussions, and demonstrate their expertise in ways that attract the right connections. However, they don't confuse digital activity with genuine relationship building. Online platforms are merely a gateway to more meaningful interactions. The wealthy also create environments that facilitate high-level networking. They host private dinners, organize mastermind groups, or create exclusive communities where like-minded people can connect. These curated spaces become incubators for opportunities, partnerships, and wealth creation. By controlling the environment, they ensure the quality of interactions and maximize the potential for meaningful collaboration. Time management in networking is another crucial element of their approach. Rather than attending every event or accepting every meeting request, they evaluate networking opportunities based on potential impact and alignment with their goals. They're not afraid to decline invitations that don't serve their objectives, understanding that their network's quality matters more than its size. Perhaps most importantly, wealthy people view networking as a long-term investment rather than a short-term transaction. They build relationships well before they need them, understanding that authentic connections take time to develop. They maintain relationships even when there's no immediate benefit, knowing that opportunities often emerge from unexpected sources at unexpected times. The wealthy also leverage their network to access opportunities that aren't publicly available. Through their carefully cultivated relationships, They learn about investment opportunities, business deals, and market insights before they become common knowledge. This information advantage, combined with their ability to act quickly through trusted connections, creates a powerful competitive edge in wealth creation. Lesson 6. They control their emotional reactions. The world's most successful people understand a fundamental truth. Wealth creation is as much about emotional management as it is about financial acumen. While average investors and entrepreneurs allow their emotions to dictate their decisions, the wealthy have mastered the art of emotional regulation, particularly during times of crisis or opportunity. This emotional mastery begins with understanding that every financial decision carries an emotional weight. Market crashes, business setbacks, investment opportunities, and negotiations all trigger powerful feelings that can cloud judgment. The wealthy have learned to recognize these emotional triggers without being controlled by them. They've developed what psychologists call emotional granularity, the ability to precisely identify and differentiate between various emotional states, rather than simply reacting to them. The wealthy approach emotional regulation as a skill that can be developed, much like learning a new language or mastering a sport. They practice techniques such as the 10-second pause before responding to any significant situation, allowing their rational mind to catch up with their emotional impulses. This brief pause has saved countless wealthy people from making rash decisions that could have decimated their fortunes. Fear and greed, the two most powerful emotions in wealth creation, receive special attention from successful people. They understand that fear can prevent action during golden opportunities, while greed can push them into dangerous speculative territory. Instead of trying to eliminate these emotions, they use them as signals to examine their decisions more carefully. When they feel fearful, they ask themselves if they're being appropriately cautious or irrationally anxious. When they feel greedy, they question whether they're seeing genuine opportunity or being blinded by the prospect of quick gains. The wealthy also maintain emotional equilibrium by developing strong support systems. They surround themselves with level-headed advisors who can provide objective perspectives during emotionally charged situations. These mentors and confidants serve as emotional anchors, helping them maintain perspective when markets are volatile or business challenges arise. Another crucial aspect of emotional control is the ability to separate self-worth from net worth. While the wealthy are driven to succeed, they don't allow their emotional well-being to be entirely dependent on their financial performance. This emotional independence enables them to make clearer decisions and maintain resilience during setbacks. They understand that temporary failures are learning opportunities rather than personal indictments. The wealthy also practice what psychologists call emotional anticipation. They mentally prepare for various scenarios, both positive and negative, so they're not caught off guard when situations arise. This preparation allows them to respond rather than react, maintaining their composure when others might panic. They've learned that emotional stability is often more valuable than technical knowledge in crucial moments. Physical and mental well-being play a vital role in emotional regulation. The wealthy invest in practices that help them maintain emotional balance, whether through meditation, exercise, adequate sleep, or regular vacations. They recognize that a well-rested, healthy mind is better equipped to handle emotional challenges and make sound financial decisions. Perhaps most importantly, the wealthy have learned to harness the positive aspects of emotions while minimizing their destructive potential. They use controlled enthusiasm to inspire others and drive projects forward, channeled anxiety to maintain appropriate caution, and measured optimism to seek out opportunities. This nuanced approach to emotional management sets them apart from those who either suppress all emotions or allow themselves to be ruled by them. By developing emotional intelligence alongside financial intelligence, the wealthy create a powerful combination that drives sustained success. They understand that fortunes are built not just on spreadsheets and market analysis, but on the ability to maintain emotional clarity when others lose their heads. Lesson 7. They master the art of focus. In a world designed to fragment our attention, the wealthy have discovered an unmistakable truth. Fortune follows focus. While most people pride themselves on juggling multiple tasks, the truly successful understand that multitasking is a myth that destroys both productivity and potential wealth creation. The wealthy approach their days with laser-like precision, identifying their most crucial objective and dedicating uninterrupted blocks of time to its achievement. This one-thing mentality stands in stark contrast to the scattered approach most people take toward their goals. Rather than spreading themselves thin across numerous projects, they channel their energy into the single most impactful activity that will move their financial needle forward. This focused approach requires a systematic elimination of distractions. Successful entrepreneurs often create strict boundaries around their attention, turning off notifications, working in isolated environments, and establishing clear protocols for when they can be interrupted. Many wealthy people maintain separate phones for business and personal use, schedule specific times for email and communication, and design their physical workspace to minimize cognitive load. The concept of deep work has become a cornerstone of wealth creation in the modern era. Wealthy people regularly engage in extended periods of concentrated effort, often working in 90-minute focused blocks followed by brief recovery periods. This rhythm allows them to tackle complex problems, develop innovative solutions, and make significant progress on their most important projects without the constant context switching that plagues most professionals. The ability to say no emerges as a crucial skill in maintaining focus. The wealthy understand that every yes to a non-essential commitment is a no to potential wealth-building activities. They evaluate opportunities not just on their merit, but on their potential to distract from their primary objectives. This selective approach to commitments creates space for the deep, focused work that generates extraordinary results. Time blocking becomes a natural extension of this focused approach. Rather than letting their schedule fill reactively with others' priorities, wealthy people proactively designate specific times for their most important work. They treat these focused blocks with the same reverence as they would crucial business meetings, understanding that protected time for concentrated effort is essential for wealth creation. The wealthy also recognize that focus extends beyond daily task management to broader strategic thinking. They regularly step back from operational details to maintain clarity on their overall direction. This strategic focus prevents them from being swept along by opportunities that, while potentially profitable, don't align with their core wealth-building strategy. Environmental design plays a crucial role in maintaining focus. The successful often invest significantly in creating spaces conducive to concentrated work. This might mean maintaining a private office, establishing a home workspace, or even purchasing property specifically designed to support their focus needs. They understand that their physical environment either enhances or detracts from their ability to maintain sustained attention. The mastery of focus among the wealthy extends to their teams and organizations. They create cultures that value deep work and protect focused time. Meetings are minimized, interruptions are discouraged, and results are measured by output rather than activity. This organizational focus amplifies individual productivity and creates a multiplier effect on wealth creation. True focus requires regular renewal. The wealthy understand that maintaining concentrated attention demands periods of genuine rest and recovery. They schedule regular breaks, engage in activities that refresh their mental energy, and ensure they have the physical and emotional resources to maintain their focus over the long term. This sustainable approach to focused work enables them to maintain their productivity and continue building wealth consistently over time. Lesson 8. They journal and visualize success. The most powerful tool for manifesting wealth and success exists between your ears, your mind. The ultra-wealthy have long understood that achievement begins with clear mental pictures and written declarations of intent. They don't just dream about success, they capture it methodically through journaling and deliberate visualization practices. Journaling serves as both a compass and a mirror for the wealthy. Every morning or evening they take time to pour their thoughts, plans, and reflections onto paper. This isn't mere diary keeping, it's strategic documentation of goals, insights, and progress. Through journaling, they gain clarity on their direction, process complex decisions, and create accountability for their aspiration. The physical act of writing by hand engages the brain differently than typing, activating the reticular activating system that helps filter and focus attention on what matters most. The wealthy approach visualization with the same scientific precision as elite athletes. They understand that the brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When they visualize their desired outcomes in rich detail, the exact numbers in their bank accounts, the specific deals they'll close, the precise impact they'll have, their subconscious mind begins working to align their actions with these mental images. This isn't wishful thinking, it's mental rehearsal that primes them for success. Their journaling often includes detailed success scripts, written narratives of future achievements described in the present tense. I am generating $50,000, 0 cents in monthly passive income. My investment portfolio has exceeded $2 million, 0 cents. My business operates seamlessly with a team of 50 talented people. These statements, when written and reviewed regularly, program the mind to seek opportunities that align with these outcomes. The visualization practices of the wealthy extend beyond simple positive thinking. They engage all their senses in creating mental movies of their success. They feel the leather seats in their dream car, hear the applause after their keynote speech, smell the ocean breeze from their beachfront property. This multisensory approach creates neural pathways that make these scenarios feel familiar and achievable, rather than distant and impossible. Many successful people combine journaling and visualization through vision boards or success journals. These physical representations of their goals serve as daily reminders and motivation. However, unlike the casual vision board creator, they update these tools regularly, refining their goals as they achieve milestones and gain new insights. Their visual aids evolve as they do, always pushing them toward the next level of achievement. The wealthy also use their journals to track patterns, analyze decisions, and extract lessons from both successes and failures. By documenting their journey, they create a personal playbook for wealth creation. This written record becomes invaluable as they scale their success, allowing them to replicate winning strategies and avoid repeated mistakes. They often review their past entries to recognize how far they've come and identify patterns that led to breakthrough moments. Most importantly, the combination of journaling and visualization creates a powerful feedback loop. The act of writing clarifies their vision, while visualization makes it feel real and attainable. This dual approach strengthens their belief in their ability to achieve their goals while providing concrete steps toward realization. The wealthy know that success leaves clues, and by documenting their journey while maintaining a clear vision of their destination, they create a roadmap that others can follow. Lesson 9. They delegate what doesn't build wealth. The wealthiest people understand a fundamental truth that eludes many aspiring entrepreneurs. Not all work is created equal. While most people pride themselves on their ability to handle multiple tasks and wear different hats, the truly successful focus exclusively on wealth-building activities and delegate everything else. This wealth-building principle begins with a careful analysis of how you spend your time. Every activity in your day falls into one of three categories: wealth-building, wealth-supporting, or wealth-draining. Wealth-building activities directly contribute to your financial growth, strategic planning, high-level negotiations, key relationship building, and innovation. Wealth-draining activities keep your business or career running, but don't directly generate wealth. Administrative tasks, routine maintenance, and basic operations. Wealth-draining activities actively prevent you from creating wealth by consuming time that could be better spent elsewhere. The wealthy approach delegation as an investment rather than an expense. They recognize that paying someone $25 a cent per hour to handle tasks that free them to earn $500, 0 cents per hour, is simple mathematics. This multiplication of effectiveness through delegation creates a compound effect. As you free up more time for high-value activities, your wealth-building capacity increases exponentially. Smart delegation starts with systems thinking. Before handing off responsibilities, successful people document their processes, create clear standard operating procedures, and establish quality control mechanisms. This systematic approach ensures that delegated tasks maintain consistent quality while requiring minimal oversight. The initial time investment in creating these systems pays dividends through years of smooth operation. Technology plays a crucial role in modern delegation strategies. The wealthy leverage automation tools, artificial intelligence, and digital platforms to handle routine tasks that don't require human intervention. From automated email responses to AI-proven customer service and algorithmic investment management, technology becomes a form of delegation that scales infinitely without additional cost. When it comes to human delegation, the wealthy focus on hiring for potential rather than immediate capability. They look for people who can grow into larger roles, effectively creating future leaders who can take on increasingly complex responsibilities. This approach builds a self-reinforcing cycle of delegation where team members continuously expand their capabilities, allowing the wealthy to focus on even higher-level activities. And the art of delegation extends beyond simple task assignment to include decision-making authority. The truly wealthy understand that maintaining control over every minor decision creates a bottleneck that limits growth. They establish clear frameworks and boundaries, then trust their team to make decisions within those parameters. This distributed decision-making model allows organizations to move faster and adapt more quickly to opportunities. Perhaps most importantly, the wealthy recognize that delegation is not abdication. They maintain awareness of delegated activities through efficient reporting systems and key performance indicators. Regular check-ins and performance reviews ensure accountability while avoiding micromanagement. This balanced approach maintains quality while preserving the time-saving benefits of delegation. The wealthy also apply delegation principles to their personal lives. They hire personal assistants, household staff, and lifestyle managers to handle non-business activities that consume time without building wealth. This comprehensive approach to delegation ensures that both professional and personal time is optimized for wealth creation. True mastery of delegation involves developing an intuitive sense of what to keep and what to delegate. The wealthy constantly ask themselves, "Is this the highest and best use of my time?" If the answer is no, they immediately begin planning how to delegate or eliminate that activity. This ruthless prioritization of time and energy is a distinguishing characteristic of those who build and maintain significant wealth. Lesson 10. They protect their time fiercely. Time is the great equalizer. Everyone gets the same 24 hours each day, but the wealthy have mastered the art of protecting and maximizing every minute. They understand that time, unlike money, can never be earned back once spent. This fundamental truth drives them to develop sophisticated systems and boundaries around their most precious resource. The wealthy approach time management differently than most. Rather than trying to squeeze more activities into each day, they ruthlessly eliminate anything that doesn't align with their highest priorities. They view their calendar as a reflection of their values and goals, not just a collection of appointments. Every commitment must earn its place on their schedule by demonstrating clear value toward their objectives. This protective mindset extends to how they handle interruptions and requests from others. While many people feel obligated to be constantly available, the wealthy understand that accessibility is often the enemy of productivity. They create specific windows for meetings, communications, and collaborative work, while preserving large blocks of uninterrupted time for deep focus and strategic thinking. Their smartphone notifications are minimal, their email checks are scheduled, and their office doors are often closed. The wealthy also recognize that saying no is a crucial skill for time protection. They've learned that each yes to one thing is automatically a no to something else. This understanding helps them evaluate opportunities through the lens of opportunity cost, not just whether something is good, but whether it's the best use of their limited time. They're comfortable declining even attractive opportunities that don't align with their core objectives. Time blocking is another common practice among the wealthy. They don't just schedule meetings, they schedule everything, including thinking time, exercise, family activities, and personal development. This detailed planning ensures that their most important priorities get the time they deserve, rather than being pushed aside by urgent but less important matters. They treat these self-appointments with the same respect they would give to meetings with important clients. The wealthy are also masters at identifying and eliminating time wasters. They audit their activities regularly, looking for meetings that could be emails, processes that could be automated, or tasks that could be delegated. They're willing to invest money to save time, whether through hiring support staff, purchasing time-saving technology, or outsourcing personal tasks. They understand that their hourly value is too high to spend time on activities that others could handle. Protection of time extends to their personal lives as well. The wealthy create boundaries around their leisure time, recognizing that rest and rejuvenation are essential for maintaining peak performance. They don't let work consistently encroach on family dinners, weekend activities, or vacation time. This discipline helps them maintain the energy and clarity needed for high-level decision-making. Perhaps most importantly, the wealthy understand that time protection isn't about being rigid or unavailable, it's about being intentional. They make time for what truly matters, including spontaneous opportunities and relationships, but they do so consciously rather than reactively. They maintain flexibility within their structured approach, allowing them to seize unexpected opportunities while staying aligned with their overall objectives. The wealthy approach time as their most valuable investment vehicle. They know that how they spend their hours ultimately determines their success more than any other factor. This understanding drives them to become fierce guardians of their time, creating systems and boundaries that ensure their most precious resource is always invested in activities that align with their highest goals and values. Lesson 11. They review their goals constantly. The most successful and wealthy people share an almost obsessive relationship with their goals. Unlike the average person who sets annual resolutions only to forget them by February, the ultra-successful people treat their goals as living documents that deserve daily attention and regular refinement. This constant review process serves multiple purposes. First, it keeps their objectives at the forefront of their consciousness, influencing every decision they make throughout the day. When you're intimately familiar with your goals, you naturally filter opportunities through the lens of whether they align with your desired outcomes. This heightened awareness prevents the kind of drift that plagues most people's attempts at achievement. The wealthy also understand that goals aren't static targets, but dynamic frameworks that need adjustment as circumstances change and new information becomes available. They typically maintain a hierarchical goal structure, with long-term visions broken down into medium-term objectives and further subdivided into weekly and daily action items. This systematic approach allows them to maintain both the big picture and the granular details simultaneously. Many successful people have developed sophisticated review systems. Some use the first hour of every Monday morning to assess their progress and adjust their weekly targets. Others perform daily evening reviews, measuring their accomplishments against their intentions and planning the next day's priorities. The most thorough practitioners often schedule quarterly retreats dedicated solely to deep reflection and strategic planning. The review process itself follows a distinct pattern among the wealthy. They begin by examining their results objectively, without emotional attachment to outcomes that didn't meet expectations. They analyze what worked and what didn't, seeking to understand the underlying causes rather than making superficial observations. This analytical approach allows them to refine their strategies continuously and abandon methods that aren't producing desired results. Technology plays a crucial role in modern goal review practices. Many successful people use specialized apps or digital systems to track their progress in real time. These tools provide instant feedback and data-driven insights that help optimize their approach. However, they're careful not to let the tools become more important than the actual goal achievement process. Another distinctive characteristic of the wealthy's goal review habit is their focus on leading indicators rather than lagging ones. Instead of waiting for end results to measure success, they monitor the daily and weekly activities that predictably lead to those results. This allows them to make course corrections before small deviations become major setbacks. The wealthy also understand the power of accountability in goal achievement. Many incorporate regular check-ins with mentors, coaches, or mastermind groups into their review process. These external perspectives help identify blind spots and provide valuable feedback that might be missed in solo review sessions. The most successful people don't just review their goals, they celebrate their progress. They understand that acknowledging achievements, even small ones, creates positive reinforcement that sustains long-term motivation. However, they are careful to balance celebration with continued drive, never allowing satisfaction to transform into complacency. This constant goal review habit creates a success feedback loop. As they regularly assess and adjust their actions, they become increasingly skilled at setting achievable yet challenging goals. Their ability to execute improves with each cycle, leading to accelerated progress toward their ultimate objectives. They recognize that the review process itself is as crucial to success as the initial goal-setting phase, treating it as an essential component of their wealth-building strategy rather than an optional extra. Lesson 12. They give back strategically. The wealthiest people understand that strategic philanthropy isn't just about feeling good. It's about creating lasting impact while building social capital and expanding influence. This sophisticated approach to giving transforms charitable activities from simple donations into powerful mechanisms for positive change and continued growth. Wealthy people approach giving with the same analytical mindset they apply to their business ventures. They carefully select causes that align with their values and expertise, allowing them to contribute more than just money. When Bill Gates focuses on global health initiatives, he brings not only his financial resources, but also his problem-solving abilities and technological understanding to tackle complex challenges. This strategic alignment maximizes the impact of their contributions while creating synergistic opportunities for learning and network expansion. The affluent also understand the importance of measuring philanthropic outcomes. They establish clear metrics for success and often apply business principles to charitable endeavors. This approach has given rise to concepts like venture philanthropy and impact investing, where traditional charitable giving meets entrepreneurial strategies. Rather than simply writing checks, they invest in sustainable solutions that can scale and become self-sustaining. Strategic giving often involves creating personal foundations or charitable trusts which serve multiple purposes. These structures provide tax advantages while allowing wealthy people to maintain control over how their resources are deployed. They can engage family members in philanthropic decisions, creating a legacy of giving that spans generations while teaching valuable lessons about wealth management and social responsibility. Networking through philanthropy is another crucial aspect of strategic giving. Wealthy people often serve on nonprofit boards or create collaborative giving circles, connecting them with other influential people who share their values and interests. These relationships frequently lead to new business opportunities, investment possibilities, and partnerships that extend beyond the charitable sphere. The wealthy also recognize the power of leveraging their giving through matching grants and challenge donations. By inspiring others to join their charitable efforts, they multiply their impact while building community engagement. This approach creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond their initial contribution, inspiring others to embrace philanthropy and creating sustainable funding sources for important causes. Timing plays a crucial role in strategic giving. The wealthy often coordinate their charitable activities with their overall financial planning, maximizing tax benefits while ensuring they maintain control of their assets. They might increase their giving during high-income years or use appreciated assets for charitable donations, demonstrating how strategic philanthropy can enhance rather than diminish wealth-building efforts. Modern wealthy people increasingly embrace public advocacy alongside their charitable giving. They use their influence and platforms to raise awareness about important issues, creating movements rather than just funding programs. This approach multiplies their impact by inspiring systemic change and attracting additional resources to their chosen causes. The most sophisticated philanthropists understand that strategic giving creates a virtuous cycle. Their charitable work often provides insights into new markets, social trends, and emerging opportunities. These insights can inform their business decisions and investment strategies, creating a symbiotic relationship between their philanthropic and wealth-building activities. Strategic giving also involves educating the next generation about philanthropy. Wealthy families often create giving protocols that involve their children in charitable decisions from an early age, teaching financial responsibility, social awareness, and strategic thinking. This approach ensures that their philanthropic impact continues while preparing future generations to manage wealth responsibly. In today's interconnected world, the wealthy increasingly view strategic giving as an essential component of their overall success strategy. They understand that in a world of growing inequality and complex social challenges, strategic philanthropy isn't just an option, it's a necessity for those who wish to maintain and grow their influence while contributing to meaningful social progress.